insects were harmed in the making of this program, and that none of the training you're about to see be attempted unless under expert supervision.
8 Brainees, 1 challenge. To use complex mass of 100 billion cells we call the brain for chance to win Brain-Jitsu Black Brain Belt. This is Brain-Jitsu! Born in Lancashire, trained in Japan, with mind sharp as samurai sword. He is Brain Master. He is the sensei.
Konnichiwa. And welcome to Brain-Jitsu. Mental training specially designed to boost brain power and focus. My trainees, or Brainees, have been following a basic programme of training in the comfort of their own home. A brain-boosting routine of exercise, sleep, and enough fruit and veg to stock a greengrocer's.
The training's really helped me, and well, it just gave me a bit more confidence and stuff.
After you play a computer game, you feel a bit numb, your brain feels a bit numb, but after this, I sort of felt the opposite, felt a bit more clear. I really want that backpack.
I think I'm going to win, definitely, because I'm like the best out of all of them.
Now my Brainees must put their training into practice by testing the part of the brain we use every day.
Level 1. Yellow vault.
Take a look at this fish tank. How many whitefish are there? Now, did you get 2? Congratulations! You've just used your occipital lobes. This area, the seeing part of our brain, allows us to recognise and separate images from each other. The 7 Brainees who use their occipital lobes the best will be allowed to enter my Brain-Jitsu dojo, where their training will continue. The one who fails will be left outside. Oh! Feel the burn.
Enter the dojo!
Our Brainees must answer 4 questions by searching the different team kits on the board in front of them. Get the questions right and they'll be left with a 4-digit code, which they must then use to unlock a piece of brain and secure their place in the dojo. But with only 7 pieces of brain and 8 Brainees, one of either Maja, Michael, Zia, Thushiah, Shahad, Sterling, Gwen or Jack will be left outside and eliminated. You could hear a grain of rice drop as the 4 questions are revealed. How many players have a black kit? How many have non-matching shorts and shirt? How many players have blue in their kit? How many players have red in their kit? The answer our Brainees are looking for is 3, 6, 7, 8. Sterling and Maja reckon they've cracked the code already, but have they jumped too soon? Faster than you can say foam-filled futons, the rest of our Brainees join them, all except Thushiah, who's still stuck at the noodle bar. And it's Zia who's first to unlock a piece of brain, quickly followed by Michael and Jack. Don't forget, the code our Brainees are searching for is 3, 6, 7, 8. As there are 3 players with black kit, 6 with non-matching shorts and shirts, 7 with blue in the kit, and 8 with red in their kit. Which means Maja still hasn't got the right code. Come on, Maja, work those occipital lobes. At last, Sterling unlocks a piece of brain, with Gwen hot on his heels. It's now a 3-way contest between Thushiah, Maja and Shahad for those final 2 places in the dojo. Keeping her cool, confident Shahad pops open her lock. With Thushiah now working on the last piece of brain, there's nothing Maja can do but wait for her chance. But Thushiah's lock springs open and Maja's last hope of entering the dojo is gone. So while 7 have proved themselves worthy of entering the dojo and continuing their brain training, for Maja, it's the end of the road.
I'm feeling really disappointed that I haven't got into the dojo because I think I shouldn't have rushed. I feel gutted.
So, with 6 levels to go, it's Zia, Michael, Jack, Sterling, Gwen, Shahad and Thushiah, who receive the first of their coloured brain belts.
I felt really good. I think the training that I did at home helped me. I just focused on one thing and came first, and that was quite fun.
I feel really relieved because that was actually quite hard. I kept on trying to unlock the padlock, but it just wouldn't undo.
It was a tough challenge. I had to go back at least 4 times to get the lock undone. Win it. Come on. Let's win it. Brain-Jitsu!
In this next level of training, things are going to get really hard.
Level 2. Orange belt.
We do things every day without even thinking about it, like kicking a football. But you try kicking it with the foot, whoa, you don't normally use. Not easy, is it? If you manage to do that, you're using part of your brain that deals with problem solving, the frontal lobes. And that's what level 2 is all about. Taking something you normally do without thinking and doing it differently. Work it. To prepare their frontal lobes for the next challenge, our Brainees are gonna need some training.
The room of mental nourishment.
This is the room of mental nourishment, where our young hopefuls will train their brains between every task. While there's nothing to stop our Brainees from kicking back and helping themselves to some of the tempting treats on offer, the more seriously they take their training, the better prepared they'll be for the challenges that lie ahead. And in level 2, that challenge is all about getting their brains to think in a new way.
Take turns to call out the action on your cards. Everyone must do it only when you say Sensei says. Anybody want to do anything?
So, our Brainees are going to be made to think about something, like following simple instructions, that they'd normally do without thinking.
Sensei says both palms down. Spin around clockwise. Ooh! I didn't say Sensei says.
Be silent.
Well done, Sterling. Glad to see that someone's paying attention. That's right, son. You took into those custard creams. You've earned them.
Touch left shoulder.
Time for a training tip.
Don't rush. Pause for 2 seconds to think before you react.
You see, spending a moment to think before rushing in really can improve your all-round focus.
Sensei says touch nose with left hand.
There's no fooling Thushiah.
Sensei's look sad.
But Shahad's finding it all a bit of a struggle.
I messed up quite a lot. I found it hard because I wasn't thinking, I just did the action straight away.
So, will Shahad remember to stop and think? And will happy-go-lucky Sterling be able to maintain his impressive focus? Time to find out, as our 7 now put their frontal lobe training to the test. Guardian of the dojo and task adjudicator, the Shahad, will now demonstrate the level 2 challenge.
Big ball color match.
Each Brainee must pick 2 balls by calling out pair of coordinates from grid. For example, B2 and D3. Aim is to find 2 balls of same color, matching not word on each ball, but color that word is written in. So, in this case, they will have to remember that this ball was red and this one blue. If Brainees uncover match, they will progress to next level. Last Brainee to find pair will be eliminated.
My Brainee tip for this task is to focus the mind on just one letter and not the whole word. What's important here is not the word, but the colour that it's written in. Here are those colours now. 3, 2, 1. It's go on the gong.
A1.
Remember, our Brainees must ignore the word and focus only on the colour it's written in, which means Zia's now looking for another green ball. Instead, he finds orange. Will he remember for the next time?
A3. A1.
Michael seems to have forgotten that Zia has only just picked A1 and that it most definitely wasn't black. It's a bad start for the boys as Jack also misses out on a pair. It looks as though they've completely forgotten the training. Can happy-go-lucky Sterling restore some male pride?
1C and 4B.
Great balls of focus. Sterling finds the first pair, despite all those custard creams. It's now Gwen's turn.
A2.
Will she remember her training and get her brain focusing just on those colours?
A3.
Gwen nails it. And just look at the pressure beginning to show on Shahad.
C2. D3.
With confident Shahad drawing a blank, it's now Thushiah's turn.
C3.
Will she remember her training and keep that brain in reverse gear?
A1.
With 2 green balls in the bag, Thushiah becomes the third Brainee to advance to the next level.
B1. C4.
And there are no problems either this time for Michael or Shahad, who also go through, leaving Zia and Jack to fight it out for the last remaining orange belt. With just 4 balls to choose from, it's Zia to pick next.
C2. B3.
But yet again, Zia can't get his head round this back-to-front thinking lark, leaving the door wide open for Jack.
B2. B3.
Suffering sumos. With the next level at his mercy, Jack gets his brain in a right old twist. Will Zia grab this second chance?
B3. B4.
He does, bringing Jack's journey to mental mastery to an abrupt end. There's nothing for it but to hand over his yellow brain belt and leave the dojo.
Walk of eternal regret.
The training beforehand helped. I think I got a bit distracted at the end because it was very tense and it was confusing. Oh well. Hope the others enjoy it. I'm out.
So, with 5 levels left, it's Zia, Michael, Sterling, Gwen, Shahad and Thushiah who get their orange brain belts.
I feel really happy because I just went for it and I got it. The training helped me because it helped me to concentrate on what I was saying and what I was doing. I'm relieved, but I sort of hope that I can do better in the next task.
Brain-Jitsu. Brainy, not so brainy.
Who's the clever clogs and whose brain needs a lot more training? It's the 1870s, and a geezer called Alexander Graham Bell goes and invents the old dog and bone, or telephone, so you and I can gossip, gas, and natter to people all over the world. Telephone-tastic. Hello? Mum, I'm on the telly. I'll call you back. Where was I? Oh yeah, phones. Off to Finland. Every year, a load of Finns and folk from all over the world take part in the Mobile Phone Throwing World Championships. Why? Well, to see how far they can throw them, of course. Right, got to ring the old dear back. Brainy Alexander Graham Bell. Not so brainy, phone flingers in Finland.
Brain-Jitsu.
Competition in Brain-Jitsu Dojo hotting up. Only 6 Brainees remain to battle out under watchful eye of Shahad. Zia, first into dojo and nearly first out. Gwen, who perform well in each level. Confident Shahad.
I think I'm going to win, definitely.
High school Michael.
I really want that backpack.
Thushiah, who is just scraping the dojo. And Sterling, custard cream kid.
I feel really happy because I just went for it and I got it.
Challenge is about to get even tougher. Only 2 Brainees will make through to final test. table of supreme focus, where must move ball with power of mind for chance to win Brain-Jitsu Black Brain Belt. It's time for Level 3. Result!
Now, we all like to chat, but did you know that using words to communicate is one of the main reasons why our brains have grown so incredibly powerful? And that having a conversation exercises both halves of the brain. Now, if all that's doing your head in, allow me to explain. Think of it like air traffic control. While a pilot has to focus on landing just one plane, an air traffic controller is responsible for landing all sorts of planes. It's the same with the brain. There's the left half, which deals with the details, and there's the right half, which looks at the overall picture. This next level of training strengthens my Brainees' focus by working one half of their brain under pressure. Hey, pump it up!
The room of mental nourishment.
It's our Brainees' second visit to the room of mental nourishment, where once again they'll train their brains in preparation for the next challenge. Now remember, it's all about using the two halves of the brain to communicate.
Brain training. Get into two groups. One brainee describes how the blocks fit together. The other group puts them together.
So, for this training session, our Brainees are in two teams, but have to work as one. The key is to communicate clearly. Talk one at a time and listen to each other.
Yeah.
Put them together. Put them together.
Do next one. Don't which? Red's four. Red squares.
As the team explaining how to put the blocks together, the girls seem more focused on shouting over each other rather than making themselves clearly understood.
No. Look, 1, 2.
Oh, this is more like cat karaoke than communication. Time for a training tip.
Use short, clear instructions. Imagine yourself hearing them. And don't all speak at the same time.
Our Brainees begin again, and this time, at least the girls are now speaking one at a time.
There's a blue 4 long one, yeah?
Yeah.
And there's a red 4 long one.
Yeah.
Put them next to each other.
So there's 8 in a row.
But their message still isn't getting across. What our girls need to do is imagine what information the boys need, because getting the most out of the right side of the brain means putting yourself in someone else's shoes.
You know this is a red square with...
Try practicing this next time you have a conversation with a friend, in the knowledge that your brain will be getting a good workout.
Then on the other side, there's another blue 4, 2.
Yeah.
Do that on the other side. Yes, it's
Put it on top of the green one.
directly on top of it. Yeah.
At last, our two teams are making progress, and the boys' blocks are now looking much more like the girls.
We didn't do it right in the first time because everyone was just screaming stuff out and the boys didn't know who was saying which part.
After we had the tip, I think they did very well, and I think we did very well. They listened to us when we told them where should it go, and they managed to explain it so that we could understand as well.
So, will our Brainees remember that communication is all about clarity? Or will they forget all that they've learnt? Time to find out as they now put their training to the test for those 5 green brain belts.
Balloon pop, number drop.
This is test of communication skill. So, 6 Brainee must first divide into teams of 2 by drawing chopsticks. Quickly as possible, teams must burst 6 balloons containing number which go together to form sum. Pairs need to decide who is guider, who is popper. With popper unable to see under helmet, they will be relying on guider to help them burst balloon. When all balloon popped, Brainees stop clock by shouting Brain-Jitsu. Quicker they burst balloon, more time have to pick up number and make sum. Once Brainee are happy with answer, hit gong! First 2 team to work out correct answer get green belts and advance to next level. 1 Brainee from losing team will be eliminated.
The key to success here is for the guider to use the right side of their brain to follow their teammates' progress and give them clear instructions. For their partner, it's vital they use the left side of their brain to focus on these instructions and nothing else. First to put their communication training to the test are Shahad and Zia.
Jump.
Now what?
Now go forward 2 steps, really small steps.
Confident as ever, Shahad takes control, using the right side of her brain well.
To the left. Okay, now jump. One more. Jump. Brain-Jitsu!
Their last balloon popped, Shahad stops the clock at 1 minute 31 seconds. It looks like her training has paid off. It's now Gwen and Sterling's turn. Both performed well in their training, and like Shahad before her, it's Gwen who's doing the guiding.
Go forward, jump. Back a bit, jump. Left, jump. Brain-Jitsu.
Popping all their balloons in just 1 minute 14 seconds, it's an impressive display of communication from the duo. Last to pop are Thushiah and Michael.
Walk forwards.
And like the other girls, it's Thushiah who's using the right side of her brain to guide her partner.
Right, back, jump, forwards, jump, back, jump.
As speedy as a samurai on skates, Thushiah and Michael pop their 6th and last balloon in an incredible 1 minute and 2 seconds. As the fastest team, it's Thushiah and Michael who set off first to find their numbers.
That's 4. Here.
Here's what our Brainees are looking for. See if you can work out the sum.
Take away, we don't have to take away.
Remember, the first 2 teams to work it out will go through to the next level.
Take 16, take away 11. Yep, that's it.
It's Gwen and Sterling who are quickest to the gong, just ahead of Thushiah and Michael, with Shahad and Zia bringing up the rear. 8 times 2 minus 11 equals 5. That looks good to me. More importantly, the Sheehan agrees. In fact, all 3 teams have found the correct solution. So, as the last to finish, it's Shahad and Zia who'll be battling it out to avoid elimination in the...
Stare off.
With just 1 green belt up for grabs, both Brainees must use all their powers of focus to fight the urge to blink. The first to falter will be eliminated. As wide-eyed as a pair of manga cartoons, our 2 Brainees are refusing to give way. But eventually it's Zia who can fight the urge no longer. While confident Shahad's staring skills have brought her a step closer to that elusive black belt, the only thing Zia is now staring at is elimination.
Walk of eternal regret.
I thought we did all right after we popped the balloon, but then we saw that other people go, they were a lot faster. I thought we could still win if we managed to get them numbers quickly enough. I'm not usually very good at stare-offs, I usually blink a lot, so 3-1.
So, with 4 levels to go, it's Michael, Sterling, Gwen, Shahad and Thushiah who line up for their green belts.
Working with Sterling was actually it was easier than I thought it would be. He was really fast and he listened really well.
Gwen was giving me excellent instructions, but when I was jumping it just didn't pop, so I was just like bouncing up and down and it wouldn't pop.
When we went to the stare-off, that was the moment when I really started to doubt myself. I was like, I'm not going to win.
Brain-Jitsu.
Level 4. Move out!
This 4th level requires our Brainees to master a primitive part of the brain called the amygdala, the area that responds to threat. Remember the last time you felt afraid or panicky? Maybe you were just about to sit an exam. Well, that feeling was triggered by the old amygdala. Now, stress can make you lose focus. Fact. Which is why my Brainees must train to keep their emotions under control.
The room of mental nourishment.
Back in the room of mental nourishment, it's time for our 5 Brainees to train in how to overcome fear and stay focused.
Form a circle. Pass the disgusting drink around the circle. Only passing it on when you have said the name of a different animal. After 1 minute, the brainee holding the drink has to drink it.
Oh no.
So, our Brainees must block out the fact that they might get a mouthful of seaweed and concentrate only on coming up with the name of an animal.
Yeah, it's strawberry jelly. Oh my god, that's just Let's get
It's
on
time
with
to train.
it. Tiger. Chinchilla. Monkey.
Giraffe.
Parrot. Dog.
As the clock ticks down, our Brainees are beginning to hesitate.
Leopard. Mice.
Worm.
The minute's up and it's Shahad who's left holding the drink. Come on, Shahad, down the hatch.
I
Time
give
for a tip.
Concentrate. Try to blank out the time and fear of the drink to avoid panicking.
Go on. Stingray.
Mouse. Rat. Cat.
The tip's still fresh in our minds. Our Brainees are making a much better fist of things, calling out one animal after another.
Mouse. Platypus.
Goldfish.
Centipede.
Millipede.
Next time you're feeling the pressure, say in the middle of a test, try not to worry about the time. The chances are you'll stay much more focused.
One. Tony Poo.
The gong sounds for a second time, and it's Michael who's left holding the drink of stink.
Nice, isn't it?
3, 2, 1.
You're horrible. He actually likes it.
But as cool as a cucumber in a cold store, Michael knocks it back.
That just made me throw up.
You didn't actually think before you said something, you just wanted to say something really quickly, so you just passed the drink on.
No, it's fine. It's only seaweed.
The tip was a really good advice and gave you confidence. I think probably the next task is going to be something to do with disgusting things or eating something. But I guess I just got to win that black belt, so I've got to do it.
So, will Shahad ever get over the taste of that seaweed? Will Ice Cool Michael be just as calm when he re-enters the dojo? And will happy-go-lucky Sterling take another step towards that black belt? It's time to find out as our 5 put their brain training to the test in a fear-filled challenge that will decide who gets their blue brain belt.
Creepy crawly word grab.
This level, real test of mind over matter for Brainees, and will push them to really overcome their fear. Underneath the creepy crawlies lie an assortment of letters worth different points. Brainees have just 1 minute to plunge hands into tank and pick out up to 7 letters each. They then have a further minute to make higher scoring word they can.
To do well, my Brainees must block out the signals coming from their amygdala and ignore the creepy crawlies. The quicker they combat their fear, the more time they'll have to pick out the high-scoring letters. Underneath this pile of yucky worms are an extra 5 golden letters. If our Brainees manage to use one in their word, they'll double their score. Our Brainees dive straight in, but Thushiah seems more intent on flapping her arms about in the air than hunting for any letters, completely forgetting her training. Michael, on the other hand, seems to be calmly going about his business, just as he did during his training. Sterling's tactic appears to involve barging Gwen out the way. I'm not sure that's in the rule book. And if Shahad's feeling anxious, then she's certainly not showing it. The minute's up. Our Brainees now have a further minute to make the highest scoring word they can from the letters. Sterling has found one of the golden letters, but will he be able to use it and double his score? Gwen has also grabbed herself a golden letter, but not a lot else by the looks of things. See if you can make a word from the anagram on the screen now. There's the second gong. How have our Brainees done?
Heath.
With a golden E in his word, that's a big fat 16 points for High School Michael.
Spade.
It's also double bubble for Sterling, who scores 10.
No word.
Gwen appears to have lost half her letter since the first gong, and with no word, scores a big fat 0.
Bait.
A quick check in the dictionary, and it's 6 points for confident Shahad.
Team.
No doubts about Thushiah's word, which earns her 10 points. And so, as the only Brainee not to make a word, it's Gwen who must leave the dojo.
Walk of eternal regret.
Yeah, I am quite gutted. But it was a really good experience doing all the training, and I think it will help me in other challenges. I think Shahad's a strong contender because she really prepared herself, and also she's quite confident and brave.
So, with only 3 levels left, those who use their minds to master the worms are rewarded with blue brain belts.
When they bought the worms, I was just terrified. I was just... ugh.
It was funny watching everyone else panic because they didn't like the worms, because they're a bit squeamish.
Brain-Jitsu. Brainy, not so brainy.
Who's the clever clogs and whose brain needs a lot more training? Picture the scene, it's 1666, and this young chap, Isaac Newton, is catching 40 winks in his orchard, when wallop, an apple hits him right on the nut. But Isaac doesn't just yelp and rub the large bump on his curly head, he only goes and discovers the force that keeps our feet on the ground and the earth in orbit around the sun, namely, gravity. Apple-tastic. Back in ancient Greece, another young lad called Icarus is banged up in prison after doing something naughty, so he decides to escape by making a pair of giant wings from feathers and wax, and then flying out the window. But, in his excitement, this bird brain goes and flies too near the sun, thus melting the wing and dropping like a stone into the drink. Oh dear, oh dear. Brainy, Isaac Newton. Not so brainy, Icarus Thickerus.
Brain-Jitsu.
Tension in Brain-Jitsu dojo mounting. Just 4 young hopeful remain to compete under watchful eye of Shahad. Confident Shahad. High School Michael, winner of last challenge.
It was funny watching everyone else panic.
Thushiah, she not like worm. And happy-go-lucky Sterling.
I just got to win that black belt, so I've got to do it.
Only 2 Brainy will make final showdown. Table of supreme focus, where must move ball with power of mind. Brain-Jitsu black brain belt is within their grasp. It is time for... Level 5, Red Bolt!
Now, if you're learning to climb trees like Tarzan, then you might be interested to know that your new hobby is doing wonders for the old grey matter. Exercising both the thinking part of the brain, the cerebrum, and the doing part, the cerebellum. You see, doing new things increases the flow of blood into your head, which keeps your brain cells topped up with the oxygen they need to perform at their best. So, in level 5, my Brainees are going to be challenged to learn new skills. Now, you can speed up how quickly the brain takes in new stuff. And this is what our Brainees are going to train for now.
The room of mental nourishment.
It's our Brainees' 4th visit to the room of mental nourishment, where they'll be training their brains in how to learn new skills. Happy-go-lucky Sterling reads out the card.
Brain training. Flip and catch as many drinks coasters as you can.
It's gonna be hard.
No way.
We'll see.
While most of our Brainees are finding this new skill harder to master than the Japanese alphabet, Sterling's a natural.
Oh, yes! I've got the hang of it. Now let's try 4.
No, I'm very sure.
Try keeping them together.
4. Next.
Catch 2 hands.
I can do 6.
Oh, no, you can't.
I just did it. I could do 7. Ooh, 7.
With the rest of our Brainees still struggling, it's time for a training tip.
I can do 5. Approach this positively. Laugh out loud for 30 seconds.
How's that gonna help?
Well, Shahad, you're about to find out. Cue the laughter tape. The next time you face a tough mental challenge, you try laughing as well. It might sound strange, but a fit of the giggles actually increases our heart rate, which sends extra oxygen into the brain, helping it to perform at its best. Let's see if it's worked. Thushiah immediately flips a good one. Michael also seems to be finding his training useful. Sterling, though, having already shown his flair for flipping, decides that his brain doesn't need any more training and helps himself to a tempting jelly bean.
What, you're too good for this game?
Yeah, obviously.
It was hard when we can't do it and it's too hard, but then when we were like all positive
Laughing.
yeah, exactly, it made it more fun, so it made us
It's
more
better.
determined.
I think approaching tasks with a happy mind really helps because there's no such word as can't in your vocabulary when you're happy. So you feel like it's fun to do it even if it's really hard.
So, will buddies Thushiah and Shahad be laughing their way through to the next level? Will Ice Cool Michael still think his training useful? And will happy-go-lucky Sterling live to regret swapping his training for them jelly beans? Only time will tell, as our 4 now put their new skills training to the test to compete for their red brain belts.
Crazy Brain Buzzwire.
To win red belt, Brainee must guide hoop on helmet from one end of wire to other. Is race against clock, but Brainee must take care. If they touch wire, not only do they collect 5-second penalty, they also receive brain buzz from vibrating helmet. Most funny. Brainee with slowest time will be eliminated.
The tip for my Brainees in this next task is to remain calm and think positive thoughts. Giving in to frustration will only lessen their focus and slow them up. So, will our Brainees remember the training and stay positive, or will the pressure get to them? First off is Cool Calm Michael, the Brainee who found the training most helpful. But while Michael's avoiding contact with the wire, is his steady approach costing him time? Sterling opted out of his training halfway through, so how will he cope with this new skill? Using some nifty footwork to keep himself steady, the answer appears to be very well. Like a bullet train in a hurry, Sterling makes light work of the task. It's now the girls' turn. Neither seemed as positive as the boys in their training. How will this affect their performance? Making more contact than a pair of sumo wrestlers, Shahad seems oblivious to the penalties she's racking up. While her cerebrum is telling her to go fast, her cerebellum clearly can't keep up. After a nervous start, Thushiah eventually gets into the groove, finding a good balance between speed and accuracy. So, which of our Brainees has found this a brain challenge too far? Despite finishing in 1 minute 7 seconds, Michael picked up 9 penalties, giving him a total time of 2 minutes and 52 seconds. With just 4 penalties, Sterling's total time was 1 minute 16. Yes. With a whopping 21 penalties, Shahad's total time was 2 minutes 35 seconds. and with 11 penalties, Thushiah's total time was 1 minute 47 seconds. So, despite swapping his training for all those jelly beans, it's Sterling's brain that has kept its focus the best. For Michael, though, it's a sad sayonara as he exits the dojo.
Walk of eternal regret.
I did find that last task quite difficult. It was difficult to translate what my brain wanted me to do into the actions. Did practice as much as possible, but I wasn't expecting that specific task.
So with 2 levels to go, that now leaves just Sterling, Shahad and Thushiah to receive their red brain belts.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. I'm really, really, really happy that I got in because I wasn't sure that if I was going to get through or not. So I'm really relieved, but I do feel sorry for Michael. But I think he was my best competitor.
When Shahad went up to him, she said that he's gone. I was just so shocked. I was just like, wow.
Brain-Jitsu.
Level 6, roll bolt!
In level 6, my Brainees will draw on all they've learnt so far in their toughest test of focus yet. That's because it's this level which will decide which 2 of my remaining Brainees will go on to battle it out
For the black belt.
Now, imagine you're performing a magic trick. You've got all the secret little moves to remember, and there's an audience watching you. It's remembering stuff like this under pressure that level 6 is all about. It centres around 3 areas of the brain. The seeing part, the occipital lobes, the memory part, the temporal lobes, and the movement part, the cerebellum. To the max.
Room of mental nourishment.
Our Brainees are back in the room of mental nourishment, this time for some memory training.
Memorize the sequence of colours. Which
Oh,
colour goes
I
away?
bet you the next task is going to be something to do with memorising.
Oh, hey, he's as sharp as a samurai sword, is that Sterling?
I'm good with memory.
I'm not.
Come on, Thushiah, stay positive.
Purple,
Orange,
silver, red, green.
pink, yellow, pink, blue, green.
Okay.
Purple, orange, silver, red,
Orange, no, green.
Okay, Thushiah, I see what you mean.
Purple, orange, silver, yellow.
No, red.
It looks like Sterling's memory is not up to much either. Time for a training tip.
Create a song linking the colours together. Okay. Purple, orange, red and yellow and pink and
Yeah, well,
green.
we can do it like
Red and yellow and green, pink and silver. And
It may not be Mozart, but is our Brainees song helping them to remember the sequence any better?
yellow and
Green, pink, orange, green, purple, silver and blue.
No!
As far as the girls are concerned, the answer is definitely no. What about Sterling, though?
Don't look at it.
Orange, green, purple, pink and blue. Red and yellow and green, pink and silver. Oh.
Well done, Sterling. Top banana. Memory training like this isn't just great for the brain, it's also very useful. Try turning your school timetable into a song and see if you can remember every class.
I think I have quite a good memory, and I think the song definitely helped.
I'm quite nervous after that because we didn't get it. We didn't get it very well.
I'm going to probably be hopeless.
So, will Shahad and Thushiah be able to pick themselves up in time for the next challenge?
And blue.
Or will happy-go-lucky Sterling's mastery of memory prove too much? It's time to find out as our 3 red belt holders put their training to the test.
Super Memory Dizzy Dash.
Each brainee is spin round on dizzy wheel, total of 10 times. Task is to use all power of focus to memorize 5 images in front of them. Then, race against clock to cross balancing beam and collect same 5 images from 10 hanging above them. Then, must arrange pictures in ascending order based on number of legs on each image. When Brainee happy with selection, hit gong to stop clock.
My tip for the Brainees is to keep focused on the main objective and use their training to link the 5 images together. So, our final 3 brave the wheel to compete for their brown brain belt and the chance of a place at the table of supreme focus. It's time to spin. Will their memory training help our Brainees to remember the images and ignore the effects of being spun round like termites in a tornado? The order they are looking for is at the bottom of the screen. Sterling wobbles off in search of those images and his 4th task win. Don't forget, our Brainees must fight their dizziness and remember the 5 images they saw on the wheel, arranging them in order of the number of legs on each. For every one they get wrong, it's a 5-second penalty. The Brainee with the slowest time will be eliminated from the dojo. Here's the right order again, and that looks like a full house for Sterling. Confident Shahad is next to step off the dizzy wheel. Can she use her training to remember those images? No, by the looks of things, Shahad has just discarded one of the pictures she'll need. Luckily, she realises a mistake and goes back to retrieve it. That looks like 5 out of 5, but as her lapse in focus cost her valuable time. Last but not least is Thushiah. Oops, steady there. It's not a good start from Thushiah, who's mistaken the horse for the donkey. Easily done. Thushiah, there are 5 cards to remember.
Oh.
Chop, chop, Thushiah, this is against the clock. I don't recognise him. Finally, Thushiah bangs her gong. But is she fast enough to secure her place in the final? Let's find out. With no penalties, Sterling finished in 1 minute and 10 seconds. With no penalties either, Shahad finished in 1 minute 7 seconds. Thushiah picked up 1 penalty, giving her a total time of 1 minute 22, which means it's Thushiah who must hand over her brain belt and leave the dojo.
Walk of eternal regret.
The training I did before did help me, but I wasn't really good at the training. I'm a bit disappointed because I wanted to go to the final. If I got to the table of supreme focus, I think I might have won.
So with just 1 level to go, that only leaves happy-go-lucky Sterling and confident Shahad to don their brown brain belts and prepare for the final showdown.
I'm in the final. I'm really happy that I got in the final, and that was definitely, well, almost definitely my favourite task. And hopefully I can just make it and get the black belt. I'm almost there.
I'm really nervous about the table of supreme focus because I've heard that you have to control the ball with your mind. I just really want to win, and if I don't, then I think I've let myself down.
Brain-Jitsu.
8 young hopefuls arrived at Brain Training Dojo to fight it out for Brain-Jitsu Black Brain Belt. As training got tougher, so Brainees fell by wayside. Some lacked focus. Others, speed. Now, just 2 remain. Confident Shahad, who gets stronger with each passing level.
I think I'm going to win, definitely.
And happy-go-lucky Sterling, winner of 3 levels so far.
I'm in the final.
But who will use brain training to max to win this last challenge? Level 7, Black Belt!
So, this is it. Between my two remaining Brainees and the black belt stands Brain-Jitsu's ultimate challenge, a mental duel that is head-to-head in every sense. The battlefield? A table, but not just any table. For this, my friends, is the table of supreme focus, where our two Brainees will attempt to move a ball across the table using only the power of their mind. By getting this far, they've already demonstrated mental control under many different types of pressure. But now they must learn to focus their minds by entering a state of total calm. To prepare them, my two finalists will need to get into the zone.
The room of mental nourishment.
In this, their final visit to the room of mental nourishment, our last two Brainees are about to train in how to stay focused no matter what's happening around them.
Our final brain training. Mentally prepare yourself for the final task. Don't let the sounds put you off.
While Sterling is concentrating hard to shut out the noise, Shahad decides that now's the time for a pillow fight. If this is Shahad's idea of remaining focused, then it does not bode well.
It's a good tune.
Just try and focus.
Exactly, Sterling. Maybe the tip will help Shahad get into the zone.
Repeat 3 positive statements to yourself. Okay then. I'm a winner, I'm a winner, I'm a winner, I'm a
While
winner.
Shahad may not have grasped the idea of talking to herself, you can't fault her confidence.
I'm a winner. I'm gonna win the black belt.
Amazing, cool, lovely, amazing, cool. The tip did make me focus, but I'm still quite nervous about the final task, so fingers crossed.
The training helped me because you're thinking about a different thing instead of the annoying sound.
To survive the table of supreme focus and win the black brain belt, our Brainees must now put all their brain training to the test. Will 3-time task winner and hot favourite Sterling at last realise his black brain belt dream? Or will Shahad's all-round confidence be enough to upset the odds? Let's find out.
Table of supreme focus.
Rules are simple. Each Brainee must push ball to the opponent's end of table using only power of mind. Sensors in Brainees' headbands measure brainwaves. This is converted into electrical signal, which moves ball. More focus of mind, stronger signal. Can see how Brainees are doing on computer readout. 2 lines represent 2 different players. A more focused mind produces lower lines, and ball will travel faster.
To make sure this is the test of all tests, our Brainees must win the best of 3 rounds. So, this is the big one. Our 2 finalists must use all their brain training to enter their zone of absolute focus. This is the reason they came to the dojo. This is the moment they've been training for. It's Sterling who's off to the better start. But Shahad is fighting back. Her lower black line showing that it's she who's now focusing the better of the 2. It's 1-0 to Shahad. And Sterling now faces an uphill battle. Can he re-find the focus he's shown throughout his training? This time it's Shahad who gets off to a flyer. Her face is a picture of concentration. It's all over, and almost unbelievably, it's Shahad who's come out on top. Finding new depths of focus when it really mattered, her training has paid off. Shahad truly has proved herself to be a master of the mind and worthy winner of the Brain-Jitsu black belt.
It's amazing. It's an amazing feeling, and I'm just really happy. I just did the training. I just said positive things over and over again. It really did help.
But glory for one brings disappointment for another. And although he fought valiantly, Sterling must now leave the dojo.
Walk of eternal regret.
I'm feeling quite disappointed because I did try hard, but Shahad was focusing on the ball maybe more than me. But I'm also proud of myself because I did get this far and I got through all the rounds, and I'm very happy about that. But you win some, you lose some.
What an amazing turnaround for Shahad. Up against the triple task winner Sterling, this plucky Brainee refused to back down. And when the pressure was really on, it was Shahad who was able to call on all her training and grab that black brain belt.
Won it for the girls. This process has really helped me because every day, even in lessons or when we're having tests and stuff, you have to always keep calm. And I've learnt some skills which are going to be really helpful in my life, like memory and focusing and concentrating, and it's just really going to help me in my life.
Our journey has come to an end. Another Brainee has proven themselves worthy to wear the Brain-Jitsu black belt. But while Brain-Jitsu might represent the most extreme form of brain training, its philosophy can be shared by all. Each and every one of you has it in your power to grow your mind. All it takes is dedication and practice. This has been